So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
You should get out of my way. You should get out of my way. Don't tell me what I should do. I'ma do what I want anyway. Don't really care what you think. You should get out of my way. Get your ass in your face. Out of my way. Out of my way. Out of my way. I got too many days.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change?
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Love fires up quickly outside. Breaks the tackle now with Allen.
There he goes again.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Romeo Doubs
Doing it again with his third touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7.
Packers 21, Bears 7.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
He's got the Michigan man, Colston Loveland. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Here's Mahomes to throw. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Throwing now is Mahomes. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
On play action, Love to throw. He hits Doubs on the crosser. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Let's go. 10, 50. Ready?
Now Love. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
On the set.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Set. I got him, man. I got him. Blue, 32. Hut, hut.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
It's 3rd and 7.
Let's go now. Striker, 60 red. 60 red. Edo blue. Fury, yellow. Blue is striker.
To throw now. Here's Love. To the right side. It's caught by Mitchell. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. And what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Packers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Here's Love. He'll get this complete to Matthew Golden. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. And now Love going to change things up.
Black ultimate. Green jack.
From the 31, Love. Caught on the right side, Reed. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 13-yard line.
Packers, 1st down.
Here we go.
1st and
10 cycle. Yellow, 22. Hut, hut.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders.
At the Bears, 17.
Here we go. Here we go. Red, 38. Steel, black. Set.
Love looking to throw it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
52 blue. Hut, hut.
Firing quickly out wide is Love. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the 1st down marker. So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And for the 2nd time this half, on comes the field goal unit here.
A 24-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way to field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it. So they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
But for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Xavier McKinney.
And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away.
Touchdown, Packers!
Luke Musgrave,
32 yards.
and the Packers are able to add on to their first half lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily to look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
And this will be a Bears first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
And Mahomes will do it himself.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at.
And oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Packers are going to take over here up near the 40.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me, because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
Jermaine Johnson
able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another, because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Love, he's going to change the play here. pickup with Dobbs. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Love now. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Jayden Reed halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Packers will extend their lead here just before halftime. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He's going to look deep for more. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And able to get this out to the 25. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Let's go. Blaster. 6. 33. Yellow. Ready.
Throwing to start the drive. Love. Open man is Musgrave, the tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
On second and 11 now. Love. Over the middle. And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And some room to work. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
10 at the 50-yard line.
Once again, it's Swift. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Over the middle, he's going to find Burden. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 39. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Packer pressure, and down he goes. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
We're good. Hey, 15. Hey, 43. That's it.
Now Mahomes. Open man down the field. That's Burden. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 25-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys who wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming.
Yellow. Isaac.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
No question, he's so dangerous down here near the goal line. The safeties, they have to be involved in run support against a quarterback like this. And in turn, they're going to ask their teammates to be involved as well.
And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over.
Result of the play is a turnover on down.
Let's go. Ready.
On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Running the ball can be a struggle in this part of the field. In fact, it's a perfect spot for defenders to pin their ears back and try and work upfield, and they capture him for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Love. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Brings up 3rd and less than a yard.
Yellow. Go. 52 blue.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
Ready.
And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down.
I do know that owners, when they watch their quarterbacks run with the football, they usually hold their breath because that's the franchise. But when you're getting that kind of a game, hard to argue against calling it.
Drill. Here we go. Set. Watch out now. Ready.
Love. They go play action now. Throw left side complete. That's Glover. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down.
second down and 4.
Come on, set. 10 seconds. 6.
Looking to throw. Love. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. And their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Ready.
First and 10 at the 39.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 38-yard
Here we go.
line.
Blues. 5, 6, 10 black. 52 black. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Love. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Trenton Simpson, well, he just flew in there to drop him.
It's now
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Edo blue. Here we go. Slice blue. Black. Steel. Black. White. White. Set.
Back to throw. Love. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Packers.
Ready. Ready.
First
40
and 10 at
seconds.
the 50.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10.
Taken down at the 47-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Second down, Jacobs once more.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Let's go now. 52 blue.